Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Sooners will kick it away to start. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find it.
The 17.
That kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here for the offense. They go to the ground. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Coming after him. And they got him for the sack.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defensive lineman just smelled pass on that play, and he got in the backfield and sacked the quarterback.
And that's why they get paid the big bucks. Defensive linemen, they got to play the run, be physical. But, man, when you can get a beat and understand it's going to be a pass and jump off the snap like this, make a big play, and now you put them behind the sticks, and the advantage goes big time to the defense.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. DBs lock up tight on the receivers. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
They'll try the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Power football with the run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback adapted. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the pass is intercepted.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Lacy. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really...
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Fires to the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage. And he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Anderson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking left. Oh, picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
A strike downfield. At the 40, there he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Lofts one high and deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Trying play action. Buying some time as he moves left. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
He's going for it all. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air, it's Hawkins. Steps away to find some room. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Caught in the backfield, it's Anderson. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's amazing.
And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Now improvising. Out of the backfield, he's open. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
Makes the catch. It's Sharp. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9.
At the 9-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Goes to the option. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. So they'll send out the field goal unit. A relatively short field goal try from 26 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse. Off he goes! The 40! And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Durham. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. They think there's room to run to the right here. And the defense stops them just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He wants it all. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early in this one. They just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Anthony. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
And the Sooners will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and throw.
And he makes the catch inside the 25. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Really tough on offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They finally make the stop at the big run. There's plenty to move those sticks for the first down. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show.
Oklahoma 3, LSU 0.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Achuk. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. He'll start this third quarter with a run. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
After the misfire, it's second down. To throw, it's Hawkins. They're setting up the screen. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line.
Third down coming up.
Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the pass hits, picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. And not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Get another look at this Oklahoma offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Now on the move. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Sooners have this offense rolling. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Got it in the middle, it's Thompson. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. If you get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And that one will give them the lead.
And like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
They stop him just a leak or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Leaves it with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost it.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ocha. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll throw it on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll fire to his right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. They're working that left side. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, LSU 14, Oklahoma 10.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires to the left side. Makes a connection. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that is incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Ocha. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Strong, firm tackle.
Gain of 1. Brings up 3rd and goal.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Touchdown Sooners! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. He's got it, and the lead is up to a field goal. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the middle. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking for room. It's Durham. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Anderson. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Quarterbacks have got to have composure. And I know this guy's thrown some picks. He hasn't thrown for a ton of yards. But if he can put a great drive together here, and he's got the talent and ability to do that, he can lead his team to victory in this 2-minute situation.
The Tigers get it past the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Right back to the well. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Feeling some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting north. And just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? You've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. It's a one-score game lead, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. To the ground with the back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. Trucks through the defender. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Are they really that worried about a bad snap that they're trying to punt on third down? He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winner.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at them any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.